At the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Seattle Seahawks and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they will wrangle them down a couple yards shy of the 30. Here come the Steelers now on offense, led out by a man who's been at the control since 2004. Six-time Pro Bowler, Ben Roethlisberger.
We saw something last week you don't see very often. Team loses, but the quarterback, the trigger man, Offensive Player of the Week in the AFC. That's pretty impressive.
You rarely see that. Of course, don't worry, folks. He said the obligatory, I would have traded that for a victory any day of the week.
Yeah, no doubt about it, but still, he must have played awfully well to win it when his team lost.
A look at the numbers for Harrison last week's game. 20 carries, 94 yards.
And we all know he had a big workload last week, so I'm eager to see if they decide to back him off a little bit. Personally, I hand it to him 20-plus times again. When a running back's locked in like he is, I want him to keep touching the football.
Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
And, Charles, this defense, they know that they've got their work cut out for them. Here's a quarterback coming off a game in which he threw 4 touchdowns. They've watched the tape all week. They've seen it, but what can they do differently?
I think they've got to approach it like a pitcher facing a really hot batter. Get him uncomfortable in the box. Change speeds, change locations, change the pitches you throw at him. So show different coverages, blitz sometimes, drop back other times. Just don't let him get comfortable or let him get into rhythm.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Quick completion here to Johnson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. He's to the 10. Again, it's Johnson. And all the way down to the 5.
Deontay Johnson has seen his share of targets increase in his first 2 years in the league, and last year finished with 88 catches, continuing to work on grabbing everything that comes his way.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 7-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. The numbers on the ground for Hunt a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Oh, here Lockett with a chance to run it. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Lock going to throw. High throw, but he makes the catch. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got the step on him. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Lock. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 32-yard line.
Nice throw. Big man catches the football for a first down, and that big man, that's DK Metcalf, the 9th receiver taken in the 2019 draft class. I think if we redid it, he might very well be the first one off the board. 83 catches for 1,300 yards last year.
Mika Fitzpatrick, the all-pro safety, up to make the play. Second down and 8. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. Now Locke. Dorsett making the catch. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 1st and goal and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Out of the gun, they run him with Hunt. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because
touchdown! Noah Fant, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. Myers connects on the PAT. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Returning from his end zone is Ray McCloud. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they come in losers of 2 straight. And remember, they've got the open date on their calendar next weekend, but you think it's vitally important, Charles, that now Harris lost it. It's a fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And the return will stop right around the 25. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On 1st down, Hunt. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. These 2 teams all tied after 1. Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. They fake the handoff. Now Locke. Buying time, feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Joe Schobert able to get in there and drop him behind the line. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. Well, end zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Noah Fant. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against it.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They run the counter. It's Harris, and not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Here's Roethlisberger. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster, and he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That is Bruce Irvin using that speed to get in there and blow the play up.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Here's Johnson with a reception. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Deontay Johnson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And oh, it's blocked. And the Seahawks have it. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. 30, 10, 5, and he takes it the distance across the goal line for 2 points.
Can we get some forensics done here? Because I need to figure out.
What, on that ball?
Yeah, on the ball, on the guys carrying the ball, what's going on? Back-to-back drives, back-to-back fumbles. That just doesn't make a whole lot of sense if you're coming out here to play in the NFL.
I don't think the coaching staff thinks it makes a whole lot of sense either.
No, maybe there'll be changes, but if nothing else, there will be a few stern talking tos, that's for sure.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. 2nd and 8. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. So, Charles, you look at this offense, what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Yeah, they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. From the 29, Roethlisberger, completion here to Claypool. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Now the Steelers hustling up to the line of scrimmage. That is caught by Smith-Schuster. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Over the middle, complete. It's Harris. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. That's swung out wide to Harris. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From the 35 on second down, Roethlisberger and Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out, and the Seahawks have picked it up, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series. So those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. To throw again on second down. Locke. He lets it fly for Lockett. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
2nd and 4. Block now to throw. This is caught. Touchdown, Seahawks. Tyler Lockett as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks will extend their lead here just before halftime.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead now stands at 13. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive as they take over here with 11 seconds remaining. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Jalen Hurts, excellent in the victory, as his guys run their mark to 4-2 on the year. From there, we say, so long, America, in the victory. And finally, on Monday Night Football, a good one in the AFC. Bills and Titans.
There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. as well on now to kick this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. The third quarter starts with a run by Peterson. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
The end result was brute force on brute force, but think about everything that's going on if you're playing defensive tackle. You're dealing with at least one blocker across from you, trying to deal with him, shed him, and maybe even a second one before you have to try and make the tackle on the big guy.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
They try to run on first down, but this defense says no dice. They stop him a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss. When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Well, the terrible towels here at Heinz Field out in full force. Here's 3rd and long. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
Shotgun snap to Locke.
Another catch for Tate.
Touchdown! Golden Tate, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Seahawks take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Myers connects on the PAT, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Here's McLeod from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll start on the ground with Harris. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now it's Roethlisberger. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Roethlisberger going to get that to Ebron. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. From the 44, Roethlisberger able to hit his target, Claypool. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 41-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. To throw again is Roethlisberger. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Same result as last play, 14 yards and another first down. Roethlisberger on the draw. It's Harris. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they've bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Open man, Smith-Schuster. It's complete. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Now Roethlisberger. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Now Roethlisberger, and he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Al Woods gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
But enough takes to start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Open man is Johnson. Touchdown Steelers. Deontay Johnson with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Steelers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Boswell for the extra point. And that will cut this lead down to 13. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Here comes Philip Dorsett now to return it. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
That's so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here, down late, tough.
Now they've got to...
And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A big play that time through the air. 37 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. They get him that time thanks to the safety blitz as he sank for a loss of 4.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. It'll be a gain of 9, and just like that, it's third down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on third down and 5. Well, now they'll try the end around. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they come up on second down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. A lot going to throw it here. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
And, of course, on the two-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. He gets it complete to Harris. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Finding Harris over the middle. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Now it's Roethlisberger. Open man, completes it to Claypool. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Ben to throw again. To the right side to Eric Ebron. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that.
Now Ben hit, and he lost the football. It's loose, and the Seahawks have recovered.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. it simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty's not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
Touchdown, Seahawks. Tyler Lockett with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks look like they're going to be moving to 6-0 as they extend that lead even further. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Here we go, G.
On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Throwing on 2nd and long. Roethlisberger. Harris has it over the middle. And down he'll go at the 25. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Jordan Brooks with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Roethlisberger will stay out there, and they're going to go for it on 4th.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Guys, it's game situation.
One last shot for Roethlisberger. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Seahawks, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll return home next week to take on the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And now they'll head to the bye week as they'll be back in action in Week 8. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.